Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Perth's premier podcast, Monkey Sword Fight, with me, your host Jordan Patrick, and no Mikey Dots again.
No Mickey Dots.
You got the words with dots queued up?
I do, yeah. So,
even though he's not here.
Even though he's not here, this is what he sent us.
You are tired not because you've done too much, but because you've done too little of what sparks a light inside of you.
That's deep, Mike. That's deep.
Oh, mate. Oh, Mike, we miss you.
We miss you.
We got Andy Mack on the ones and twos.
What's happening?
We're also joined by a very special guest, Mary and Smithy. How are you guys?
Good.
You can tell everybody to be married, eh? That was taking the fault rather than one person.
In unison.
We've got that insight.
Oh, you've already said more words than Connie did last week.
Yeah. And nearly as many as Murray.
But we're joined a lovely guest who've decided to join us in this very special edition of Monkey Sword Fight, where we're going to break down the World Cup final for you a little bit. Also, if you're not into football, we'll probably talk a wee brand of a normal shite as well. And we'll try and slot in some Braw and Oz, because we got a couple in earlier on too. So, aye. We've got the email to give out as well, monkeyswordfightpodcast@gmail.com, and the Twitter again is MSF_podcast. And we're doing pretty well on the old Twitter rankings.
Yeah, Twitter's going really good, so it's nearly at 300 followers in just a couple of weeks. So Facebook is letting us down, but you can get it at facebook.com/monkeyswordfightpodcast. So please go and like the page, tell a friend, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff.
Also, we don't have to smoke up our own asses, but we hit 1,200 downloads.
Yeah, breaking through 1250 now. That's another 50 odd
nice.
last day. So
I remember actually getting a message for, I think it was Mari when you were in Spain, no, Rome. You were listening to the podcast.
Right.
It's international, that's good for the download figures.
yeah.
I think I was on your first or second one, and I had put the recommendation in for a theme tune. And you done that?
Well, we had the original theme tune, and then Andy Mack came along and gave us an actual legit sounding theme tune. Well, saying that, it was Mike's daughters through one of them little rap apps. So we got his daughter to say Monkey Sword Fight, and then I auto-tuned it along with a beat. And Andy Mack's like, don't need to change that, we could fucking take that on.
Yeah. And then we remixed it for the outro music.
I fucking love the outro too. One of my favourite things in this podcast is the fact we have actual in theme tunes. Oh, hello. Never mind. That was just a casual text message from our returning original host, Matt McHugh.
Alright.
Comes back tomorrow. It's going to feature next week on a very special Prinks episode.
Prinks.
Turns out the day of his party is 1 year to the day that me and Matt done the first 20-minute episode
that's quite
on
cute.
Bumpers.
So that's like the 1 year anniversary then, isn't it?
Mike made sure he was going to be back for that. Mike gets really jealous when I mention Matt's name.
At the start, he was competing with Matt. He's like, I need to make it better than this show. It took about 10 episodes to get the right
I know,
like
but he
never
still
got over.
says the wrong phrase. All Matthew said was, it is me, I am here, and Mike's like, I am he and he is me. Who is him, I am them. But I think Mike was getting a wee bit worried when we were doing episodes when he's not here.
No, he knows that it's not the same. I keep saying that it's not quite the same without him.
His voice is the money.
Yeah.
Me and you've just got these minky Scottish accents, and Mike just rolls in with like,
Morgan Freeman.
oh yeah, just audible velvet. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Staten Island.
aye.
Mike gathers up all the stories and that as well, so he's always collating what's happening in the news.
All I
about.
did with this podcast is start it, and I say that every week. If I go here, these guys could do this easy. I'm the soft happiness of this podcast. I'm the special kid they tag along with.
Here for the ride.
Exactly. Quickly jump in just as we do every random spot. Everyone say hi, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Godmother of the podcast, and we've started off a new tradition that she always says hello. So we just start saying hello to Rachel, because there's an episode, there's like 4 or 5 episodes in a row where she got mentioned, so we've just carried it on now.
She's earned it.
Ah, she has. But she's Andy Mack's biggest fan. Like every week she's at Andy's hilarious. I'm like, the only feedback I've ever had in this other time is the Scottish one swears too much. So
Have you taken that on board at all?
Who was that? Your
I
mum?
thought-
That was your mum's comment, was it not?
That was my mum's comment, and
Your
multiple
mum?
other people, man. Aye. Loads of other people. I showed my mum the video on my stand-up.
Oh, what did she think?
She thinks it was quite funny. I'm not going to show my dad though, because I didn't think he could separate me saying those things from the fact that I'm his son. Whereas my mum's like, she's a bit more laid back, so I didn't actually let her see me saying them, I just played her the audio and she thought I was quite funny, so.
You
Thanks,
can
Mum.
pretend that it's somebody else that
Yeah,
just
exactly,
sounds
yeah.
like you.
Whereas my dad couldn't separate that, I'd be like, oh no. Hi Dad, if you ever listen.
Hi, Mr. Patrick.
Pats, we call it Pats. Oh, wait a minute, I've actually got to show you this, because mine I was talking a few episodes ago about that he had the proper mullet.
Oh, excellent, you got the picture?
I've got a picture, I've got
That's the
asked
one that's on the fridge.
No.
That's a great photo.
Different mullet.
Wait a minute. So, I don't know if I'm allowed to put it online yet, but I'll show it to the people here just so they can enjoy it. You want to describe what you're looking at there, Andy, please, just for the people at home?
It's a mullet. It's a curly one, but it's not just like long at the back and short on top. It's got a bit of length on the top too.
Right.
But then he's obviously worked it out with the moustache as
What
well.
about the facial topiary? I was going to say that's
Yeah.
a belter too, innit?
What's he wearing? What's that?
That's a striped cardigan with a yellow t-shirt. That's what that is, Andrew.
When was that photo taken? About
That's probably 1992 maybe?
92.
I think I was a little wee one there, aye.
Yeah.
Well, maybe in the 80s, maybe before I was born, but just so that I guess.
That's as a dish.
I mean, funny, like, it takes a real man to wear that side of thing and no worry about people. I've said this with my dad. My dad gives zero fucks. I met him in the Toon or somewhere the other day, somewhere public, right? And he walks up, 3/4 length denim shorts, a vest top, a gold chain for his neck, and a fucking man bag, like a European purse looking thing. Does he give a fuck? No, he doesn't. He's not
I saw
bothered.
Can't decide which genre he's going with, so fuck it.
My mum says she's taken about 30 years to pull him in near to the 21st century, so I'll say that my
last
dad's a G.
weekend. That was during the weekend, 2 weeks ago, sorry, at Transmit. I wasn't there, I was dropping my mum off at the train station. She was going through to Glasgow for something else.
Oh yeah.
And there was like 6, 7 boys.
Teenage
They were
boys.
about 15 and they all had these
Man bags is a
I'm like,
thing. But
what
it's not like
the
a
fuck
proper
is
bag that
happening?
actually can hold anything. It's like the size of a mobile phone. Why bother
I've
looking
heard
that
this, man.
ridiculous?
This Joe Rogan's been bumping this for years, saying that fanny packs are the way forward.
Bum bags.
Bum bags, and he's been having the piss ripped out of him for years. He's like, mate, I think, fuck, this is excellent. This is functional. And now,
But these are
all these women-
not. These are over shoulder. They're like, do you know those stupid handbags that girls take on nights out that don't even fit their mobile
tiny
phone?
ones.
Yeah.
Literally like your bank card and that's it. Those things, but round their necks, and on men, on boys that are going to be men.
I was wondering what the hell's happening. It's like, what's happening to his pockets?
Where are all the men?
I mean, I'm so out of touch. I wasn't aware that this was a fad.
No, neither
Yeah,
were me.
this is
Until we
this is
rocked
a-
up at the train station.
Well,
and
mind
we all
you,
were
that's
there.
in Glasgow. So if you made
No,
it,
this
is in
Perth.
Perth.
this is in Perth.
at the train station.
I was going to say, give it 6 months and it'll be here, eh?
This is at the train
I've
station.
noticed it's the thing where boys have started tying their jumpers round their shoulders, but not round the neck as is used to be tradition. It's like over and under one arm, and then they tie it in the middle.
That's
And
really
not just-
sad. It's like
not
a
just for
pretend
function.
cuddle.
But I've seen folk in the dancing way, and I've seen my pal, and I walked over and I was like, I just untied it. I was like, the fuck do you think you're doing? He's like, we're in public.
Oh
Saying
my
that
god.
I know I'm getting old because now I'm getting to say I don't give a fuck. Was it last Sunday, hungover to death, and I didn't put any gel in my hair, so my hair's quite long, and we're going out for a walk to get our food. So I fucking tied that shit up.
The
And I
man
walked
bun.
out, didn't give a fuck.
The unintentional man bun's worse
I
than
hate
like
the
a
way
man
fashion's
bun.
going now because like, you go out and try and buy a pair of jeans and it's all skinny jeans.
We've had
Anyway,
this
you go,
discussion.
and I've got fat legs. I can't fit
You
in.
have
Yeah,
fat
yes.
legs, you just have men's legs.
You have to get in it. That's why I cannot buy normal denim. I've talked about this before on talks. I have to get a stretchy denim because my arse and my thighs and that. So they are skinny jeans, but they're flexible.
Horrific.
Can't
Oh,
even
mate,
wear
it
them.
fits. Plus, I've got a good arse. So
I see, my chassis is a wee bit too robust for the skinny jeans. It's never. It wasn't made with skinny jeans in there. So that's why I've got my joggies on the night.
you
Saturday
know,
night.
melting by the way.
A wee bit, aye.
Oh fuck! I walked down the road for my cousin's there, and I'm fucking warm, man. And I'm in shorts and a t-shirt, guys. I'm fucking boiling.
It did start off cold this morning though,
It did. It was
so
lovely.
to be fair.
Oh man, I walked out yesterday and was joyous. I walked out, opened my back door, and it was raining. I was
Have we
like,
been enjoying the warm weather?
it's been alright. You know what it is, man? I don't mind warm weather if I don't have to go about my normal business. Like,
Yeah, you don't actually have to work or
if
be
it's
anywhere
24
or
degrees, I'm quite happy to sit in my garden or sit
wear
a little bit.
trousers or...
If I've got to go to my work,
So I'll take a day of rain if I know the next 3 or 4 are going to be nice.
This is a
No,
typical
it's no big
Scottish conversation.
wait a minute though, right? This is fucking actually pertinent with something I was looking at last night. So, have you ever heard of the Peterson projection?
No.
So, the way, you know, when you look at a map of the world, we've all seen the same map for our whole lives.
Unless you're a flat earther, don't get me
No,
started
but
on that.
what it is that isn't actually the way the Earth looks. Like, the size of countries is like...
It's how the maps are projected.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I
And
have heard that.
it was a thing called the Peters projection where people were trying to get it changed because this was a thing on the West Wing. The guy who created the map back in the 1500s made it so that the eastern countries looked bigger and put the sort of Middle East and the foreign countries down lower and made them look smaller so they weren't as important. And that's how class was projected. So Andy's got a picture here. If you turn that around so everyone can see. The Peterson projection. That's how the Earth actually looks.
Let's look at the size of Africa.
Compared to Canada.
Yeah,
And,
it looks like it's melting.
And everyone's talking about, so see, that's the UK there.
We're good here, Jordan, yeah?
That's right. The UK is that, I mean, put the photo up on the Facebook, the UK is that high up. It's actually in line with like the southern part of Canada, which is why we're accustomed to such cold weather.
Mate, come on, I mean, that's obvious. We're a little tiny island in the middle of the North Atlantic. Of course it's going to be wet and rainy and
the thing
cold.
is as well, but on a normal map, we look like we're much further down than Canada
Closer
is,
to the equator.
but we're actually right in line with Canada. Which is why it's cold as fuck here. So like Megan showed me the other day and it fucking tripped me out. So have a look at the Peterson projection. And
The Gall-Peters projection, it's called.
Peters projection, whatever it is. Close enough.
Yeah.
Facts are not what I'm here for. Yeah. I'm here for remembering parts of stories and fucking carrying on.
Jordan, half a story.
Yeah. Well, it might not be half a story, but it's not the right story. I also watched a video earlier on, it tripped me out, was 30 Japanese hornets taking down an entire colony of normal honeybees.
I don't think that's something I would like to see. I
That's
think that would
fucking mental.
haunt my dreams from
30,
once.
so 1,000 to 1, and the hornets fuck the entire hive up within 3 hours.
Aye, but have you seen it when it's flip reverse? So, like, hornets try to get into the bees' hives and then they all go around it and they vibrate like fuck to raise the temperature and then literally cook the hornets to death. It's fucking insane, man.
That's the Japanese honeybees because they're less pussies than the European ones. And what was fucking
Pussy
mental about that
European
video
hornets.
where they literally surround it and they vibrate it and they catch this on camera. But so honeybees can survive temperatures of up to something stupid, not the exact numbers, but 90 degrees of heat, and they vibrate to 89 degrees. But the temperature on the hornet is 115. So they vibrate so they're just hot enough that they don't die, but that'll kill the attacker in the fucking hive.
Yeah.
That's grim.
And they do that because the one solitary hornet that goes out lets out a pheromone, so that lets the other hive of them know where it is. So when they kill it, the hive of the hornet's going to ken where it is.
But then I thought, like, if you...
Crazy Jack.
No, because if you kill it, like, crazy
Fucking hell, Smithy! This is going out to people!
possibly
Monkey Side Fight
bad.
does not endorse the opinions or views of Stephen Smith, no matter how racist we are. Sorry. But
No, because when wasps are killed, that's what people say when you kill a wasp, it lets out some sort of mental smell, and all the other wasps know that it's dead. That one, and then they come after you. That's why they say not to kill wasps, and nobody listens clearly.
It's never happened to me.
I hate wasps, man.
I think they just.
I got stung by one in Spain. Like I was walking along and it caught me right on the underside of my foot, and I hit the deck. It was fucking painful.
I got stung in the neck by a wasp going 75 mile an hour.
Yeah.
I was driving, may I add. I was driving.
That's what you're saying. I was just running fast.
Oh, yeah, 75 mile an hour.
That was pretty horrific. I'm not a fan of wasps.
No, I don't think anybody is. I just knock them, swat them at the ground and then just stamp on them.
I had a
Quick as
friend who
possible.
worked with in Nine Wells who used to say you flick a wasp, and that gets rid of them. If you just flick it.
Flick it.
I'm
True
not
story.
brave enough
True,
to.
I swear to God, right, and I'll get
to
Matt
test
to
that
verify
theory.
this. I will get Matt to verify this next week. I once punched a wasp out of air in high school.
I think I have heard this
Hit it
story.
with an uppercut. Of course, I tell everybody. You punched a wasp, you tell everybody. I was like joking about at school one day having a fag, and I started dancing around pretending I was shadowboxing, and I just threw it a wee uppercut and I went poof. I was just like, did anybody fucking see that?
KO!
Matt was there. Shadowbox that little bastard.
At school.
Aye. Have I ever tell you about a fight I had in third year?
With your shadow.
Aye. I got beat. My mum had to go to the school. Right, well, we'll get on a wee bit. Will we do sports first, since this is meant to be a World Cup?
Well, I thought this episode was going to be titled "It's Not Coming Home," and I cannot wait to start talking about it.
Well,
So
let's fucking
dive
drop
into
in the
sports.
sports theme tune here.
What's the goalie doing? What's the goalie doing?
What's the goalie doing? What's the goalie doing, pal? What's the goalie doing, pal? What's the goalie doing,
I'll put it in post edit. It's magic. It's very technical. But let's just go over it first of all. I'm going to share the photo you sent, Smithy, into the group chat we've got. I'll show it to Andy just now. So, when England got put out, my phone vibrated almost instantly.
To like 90 degrees and killed a hornet.
But all messages say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah.
And Smithy won one better. I'm going to see if I can find it.
I know the one this is because he's like, how do I forward this, Mario? I was like, just screenshot it.
I think I sent it to about 5 different chats.
Oh mate, I'm going to put it on the Facebook.
You were in a good mood. You were literally skipping about the living room.
That's the effect. I'll put it on the Facebook because it was a belter. But aye.
But there's so many reasons. Like, of the one chat I'm in, there's an English guy, and he's sort of like, this is embarrassing. Like how much you are cheering this. You cheer more about this than if Scotland win. It's like no. And I sort of said back at him. I was like, well, because he tried to go on about how I've seen you on a pub watching the Scotland game and you didn't cheer this much. I was like, well, you didn't see me because I'm usually at the games going mental when we win because it's not very often. But I tried to back it up, but it's like, it's not the fact. There's so many reasons why I hate England. Like the whole history.
Say what you think, man. Say what you think. Let's get out.
First of Japanese.
Why did I invite you on, Andy?
This is brilliant.
I mean, in terms of sporting, that it starts historically.
Let me take you back to 1304.
But that's the reason there's the whole rivalry, the historic. But more recently, it's the media.
Yeah, of course it is. It's not the team. It's not. Cause actually, I'm quite fond of Gareth Southgate. I mean, as ugly as the boy is, but
he's a bit dishy now. He's got himself a wee designer beard.
Come on, you can't polish.
But it's just like folk at my work or like who aren't into football were asking me why I don't want. I was like, because I could be sitting in on a Saturday night watching Match of the Day, West Brom v Stoke, and they're mentioning 1966. Mm-hmm. Think if they won it again.
I said that, man. I was like, look, I actually quite like a lot of the players that are on the team. Patrick Hurricane, he's a fud. But like, I like that. The goalkeeper Pickford, he was phenomenal. I like that boy Trippier.
Good tournament.
Kieran Dyer and that fucking Harry Maguire, man. He's some centre half, by the way.
Kieran Dyer.
What's his name? Not Kieran Dyer. Eric Dyer.
He hasn't played.
And Harry Maguire though. When he did, he scored that goal. I mean, like, it was jealousy. It was pure jealousy. That video I shared on my Twitter. Hyde Park when their first goal went against Croatia.
Yeah.
And it fucking went absolutely mental. See if I was Scotland, they'd be like, oh, I'm at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And like you say, Gareth Southgate, fair fucks to him because when he missed the penalty in, was it 96 or 90? Do you know what I mean? That's 22 years of having that on your head. But now folk will probably remember the fact that you got England playing semi-decent, you got them to a fucking semi-final.
Because the storylines that have come out of it are so different. Like obviously when they were still in, they were like, oh, we're going to win it, and the whole time this was happening, I'm just sitting, they've not been tested. Like, scrape past Tunisia last minute. Panama's a pub team. Like, they're always going to beat them. You scrap the Belgium game because they both wanted to lose and they put out crappy teams. Colombia went to penalties. Colombia didn't have their best player in Rodriguez. Sweden are awful.
Oh, they were.
So they had a easy route. And you see with Belgium, like the game Japan gave Belgium. If England were playing Japan, they wouldn't have came back.
I still don't understand, right? Was there a reason, why Sweden didn't just take Zlatan anyway? Like, do you know, I mean, he might still be playing half speed, but you bring him on for 20 minutes, you ping the ball up to him and he pulls something magical out of his ass.
Because their striker was horrendous.
Yeah, man, they had nothing. They got up, they had a defence, no bad midfield, but when they got up to the final third of the pitch, nothing.
He was crap.
And then, England got beat today.
Yeah, they did.
Somebody was asking me, are you watching the third place playoff? I'm like, why?
Most pointless game.
Why the fuck?
The only people that are watching that are the people that are playing in it.
But it's like, the players didn't want to play in it. The fans have no interest in it.
I did watch a wee bit of it earlier on because it was doing nothing. So it was killing time until I was coming down here at 6. But the STV player.
But it must cost more to stage than the revenue that they get back from it, that sort of game.
Sure, like fuck, man.
It's not worth doing.
Was it even a good game? or did the players look?
No, Belgium were bossing it, but I got really frustrated because the STV app kept fucking crashing, and then what happens is you've got to keep refreshing it, and every time you refresh it, it either plays this fucking Gillies furniture advert or a Bank of Scotland advert for the last 30 seconds. So you're sitting there going, fuck, for the minute and a half I get a watch, I've got to sit through 4 minutes of shite waiting for it, so I switched it off.
I noticed it was like the day after they got knocked out as well. So they'd obviously the media going mental saying they're going to win it, and then the day after they got knocked out on BBC Sport it was like, were England good or were they lucky? And then it showed all the stats, and they're like bottom 5 of all the stats, shots on target, and that's for like everybody in. Like they were down there with Saudi Arabia, shots on target. They were lucky.
Can I read you a tweet? I picked this one up this morning. It's only from 5 or 6 hours ago. It's from Gary Lineker. But as you were talking about with the media earlier on, I just became bored to death of the sycophantic rantings of fucking Alan Shearer and Martin Keown and just the fucking madmen, just dribbling at the mouth, man. Gary Lineker says this: "Dear non-English football fans, Football's Coming Home is a fun song highlighting the lack of success of our football team for decades. No one really thought we'd win it. I totally get why you might think it was arrogance, but it's more our self-depreciatory sense of humour." So basically,
we're only joking.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Gary, man. Go and shag crisp.
Yeah, and it was a form of collective madness in my eyes. Do you know what I mean? It was just the ramblings of a bunch of fucking madmen who actually thought they had a chance of winning it. But as Smithy says, every time they came up against half decent opposition, they were found wanting, as they always are. An inability to keep the ball, like, kills them. They should have time after
like
time.
That was,
they cannot hold the ball.
When I was watching the quarter final, the Croatia-Russia, when Russia nearly knocked them out, I was praying for Croatia to beat them because I knew Croatia could beat England. Russia would play the exact same way they have since they've got to the knockout and just put 10 men behind the ball, and England would have a field day. Like, they would have all the possession and then they would probably score from a corner or something. But against Croatia would go at them and they'd have more space to run at them, and it showed.
Mind you, I sat here on Thursday, was it Tuesday? I sat here and I said that although I thought Croatia were, the team most likely to beat England, I actually thought England would have got through the game, but
to be fair, first half England should have finished it.
Because what was it, Harry Kane missed a sitter, and then he missed another one where he should have squared it to Raheem Sterling.
Yeah.
I thought Harry Kane was rank.
Oh, well, Cup he's been rank, and he's going to get the golden boot.
But at least I thought,
he scored 4 penalties or something.
But the thing is, I thought against Croatia he looked heavy-legged from the start.
I couldn't help but laugh at full time when they went back to the pundits and Gary Lineker comes out with, I won't be surprised if Harry Kane comes out and said he was injured. I was like, fuck off.
No, it wasn't Gary
Lineker. Like, here come the
was...
excuses already. Our top man's injured. But he played today. He started today, so if he comes out and says I was injured,
you must not like Jamie Vardy, man, because I would have brought Jamie Vardy on the second half, because as much as they should have scored, man, Kane was fucking rank rotten.
He was making the whole tournament.
Rank rotten.
Do you know what I really enjoyed was all the scheduled time at the end of the programme. I tweeted this. The scheduled time, a lot of time at the end of that programme, that was their moment to bask in the glory of being another World Cup final, and they had to sit there and fucking squirm.
Love Island to start.
Roy Keane, man.
And then Rinstein right, it was great.
You thought you were going to a final. What you needed was a reality check. Roy Keane, you beautiful, angry man.
But it was the fact that at half time of that game as well, they were slagging Croatia, saying, we're so much better than them. This is no bother, we're going to this final. And then it got to full time, we were beaten by the better team. And it's like, what?
Fair play to Roy Keane. He fired the warning shots at half time. If you go back and watch any of the footage of that game and you look at what he said at half time, he was absolutely spot on.
Should have finished it off.
Another one that made me laugh is where Alan Shearer was singing "It's Coming Home" and all that, and the breadsticks on, earlier in the week in some restaurant, and they were all pissed up. So I was just wondering how he might be feeling.
I see all the hype in that as well. It'd be hard not to get wrapped up in it. But see, if I was a public figure, I'd be keeping my mouth shut.
No, you wouldn't, John. You'd been arrested by now, probably.
But the thing is, these famous people, these celebrities, these pundits, they're on the internet. That's everywhere. And you've got to think about, what if it doesn't happen and there's a photo of me singing "It's Coming Home" at the breadsticks and we've got pumped in the third place playoff because we're not that good.
But it's the fact that a lot of their fans are arseholes.
Also, man, I wanted them to get to the final because France would have embarrassed.
See, you say that on paper and the way the tournament's going, you would say they would. but one game anything.
That's too close for comfort.
Aye.
This was bad enough for me. I could
Yeah.
not enjoy this World
I
Cup
would
until
say
Wednesday
that.
night.
Like, everybody was like, I don't want them to win. I was like, I don't even want them to get to the final because it's one game. Anything else, France could get a guy sent off second minute.
Yeah.
England could have scored in the opening minute and just went right 10 men behind the ball.
Yeah.
And France can't beat them.
See
Anything
that as well,
happens.
Trippier's free kick, by the way.
Nice.
Well, that was a thing of beauty, man.
Good
It
goal.
was good.
So the final tomorrow, who's all do you want to win?
I'd quite like to see Croatia win.
Me too.
Me too.
I would like to see Croatia, but I can't see going.
Because I'm happy with the final because I've always liked France. Like you say, was Zidane back in '98. That was like the first World Cup I remember. That was when I first remember getting right into football. Was '98 World Cup, and I had a Zidane France top and everything that I wore for years. But if I said it at the start, I want to see somebody win it who hasn't won it before.
Do you know
Well,
what? Not just that, they've worked hard. Like, they have properly. I mean, we were saying
It'd
that
be
the
an
other
extra
night.
time every knockout game
And
for Croatia.
the boys are absolute machines, and half of them are built like toothpicks, and you just think, where are they? They must be running
It's
on.
Eastern Europe, isn't it? It's that Eastern Europe work
They're a
rate.
country of 4 million
4
people.
million are
Just
tiny.
goes to show
Where's the energy coming from? They're absolute workhouses, aren't they?
if they could do it, why can't we do it in Scotland?
Aye.
It just goes to show you what
Because the prize and the
investment, passion, and
That's what we were talking about. There's
I talk about this every week. If you lose so many footballers, I bet coming up, going out on the gear and going out partying. I want that many good footballers we lose
We've
coming
had it
through.
with
It's harder now as well.
It's in the culture, man.
Because like we all remember growing up, like summer holidays in school, you'd go out, game of football or something. You're out till street lights go on, and you go home or something ridiculous like that. And now it's like they're all sitting playing their PS4s.
No, but I think
you didn't see
That's what
football
we said.
playing
We said
football.
that as well because our friend of the show Danielle messaged in last week because she coaches a kids team as well, and you don't keep score. There's no league system.
Oh, and this is the thing.
Everyone
There's
gets
no
a medal.
losers.
Do you know what I mean? And that's what I think. I remember. That's what I said this last week. I remember my club team. We won everything, and it was brilliant. But we worked hard and we worked to win, and we got beat. Like I said, I've been on the end of defeats where we've been pumped 10-0,
Oh, I've been-
and you learn. And even in that, we're talking about. It doesn't just mean in football. You learn by doing things like that when you're younger, how to handle emotions of disappointment, getting beat, and being humble.
I've been beating like a couple of finals and that as well, and it's like you just want to come by and you want to win it next year.
Exactly, and that's what it is. There's no competitive edge because again you're mollycoddling. Like,
Yeah.
I say it with my boys all the time when I'm coaching them. I have to watch what I'm saying because I'm not allowed to say, "Oh, this is the score." Or there was one boy we've got who's an absolute demon, and he's top scorer, or he was just behind one boy, and we had a really tough game on him, and we wanted to say to him, 2 more goals and you'll get because I know that kid, and that's the type of shit that gets him going because he was playing against his old team, and a load of his mates were on the other team, and he came up and he's like, I really want to win this, but I can't be like, let's smash them. Do you know what I mean? This is what we do. This is what we've worked for. Do you know what I mean? And it's
So how do you project? How do you project that then? Is it a case of you can?
Well, what I want to say, I
You're
always say to
able.
them, and this is what I say to Riley as well, because I don't want them to go onto the pitch and no have fun. So all I say to them is that, see if you go on there and you get beat, but you can come off and say you tried as hard as you can, and that's the main thing. Do you know what I mean? If you win, excellent, but as long as you've done everything you can, and if it isn't just quite, if they're slightly better, then you've got to admit on the day you weren't as good as him. That's it.
What level is it they start taking score?
When they go up to 11 aside, so when
Which is
they're
what?
12.
13s?
10 or
12s?
12, yeah. So they play football for 10 years, and then all of a sudden you drop these teenagers or to-be teenagers into a competitive league where winning is all of a sudden important. You
Is
know,
this everywhere, like all over
No,
Scotland?
it's
Or is
really
it
Scotland. I think it's a lot of it.
It's pretty prolific,
Yeah,
isn't
it's pretty
it?
much everywhere.
You can't let a child
It's the thing,
lose.
the thing is as well, most of the coaches are the same, do you know what I mean? So, like, you do keep score when you talk to your kids, because your kids keep score. Do you know what I mean? The boys are like that, they're like, oh, it's 3-2, and we're like, right, let's just keep, we have to tell them, let's keep that doing in case the other boys are listening. But if it was up to me, I'd be like, yeah, it's 3-2, we've got another half of football to play though, and there's only one goal in it. You need to get another couple of goals, you know what I mean? Or, it's a fucking, it does my...
I think over the time it gets to like, if there's a genuine talent there, it means going to these academies, it means self-discipline, and do you know, I think as a nation we're not very good at that. I think we're better at being with our pals and spending the summer doing things that don't involve, really putting work into something, to be honest. And it's not something that's recognised. It's a pipe dream. You want to be a footballer, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
So yeah, that's probably has a lot to do with it as well. It's just like, well, best stick down with get my grades.
You look at these guys like Messi and Ronaldo, and even in football and basketball, LeBron James. These guys are multi-millionaires, more money than they could ever want to spend in their life, so they don't have to play football. Or they don't have to play football at the level that they play it at.
Well, LeBron now, he's got that lifetime deal with Nike.
That's what I'm saying, but you look at him, exactly, so he doesn't have to work, but you check these guys' Instagrams or Facebooks and there's videos of them every single day in the gym.
Well, that's like
working their foot off.
LeBron, what, he's been to, LeBron for an example, he's been like 8 straight NBA finals. So the longest season it could possibly be. He's, what, 34?
And he's been playing since he's been playing for 12 years as well. Is it? He came straight out of high school,
He came straight out of high school from 18, so...
16 years, I think.
But then I'm going to just
you think he just finished his 15th or 16th season. And he's already on Instagram in the gym preparing for next season. He's just finished.
But what else does he have? See, when he stops, what else is there? Look at Johnny Wilkinson.
Well, he's got kids in it.
But that's what I'm saying, yeah, you look at these guys that do play, there's these enigmas of football and sport like Gaza or George Best who do just split it all away. But they are different level. You know what I mean? These are guys that just were good at football. Whereas these guys like Ronaldo and like these athletes, man, you know what I mean? They're not just, we were talking about before, man, midfielders 10 years ago. He's what, a tough midfielder, the occasional goal, more assists helping the defence. Nowadays, a midfielder is expected to score just less than the striker.
Well, it's the same like defender as well, wing backs. I mean, before it was like a left back and a right back, you'd basically be in line with your centre half and near enough more game. Nowadays, they're up and down constantly.
That's like if you look at professional football teams 50 years ago, if they came up against if you put them up against like a modern day mid-table team, do you know what I mean? It would be like a pro team playing a pub team because the fitness levels would be different. The theoretical side of the game would be different. Do you know what I mean? The tactics and that would all. Everything's so far advanced now that you can't just.
Football tackles would be red cards.
But
Vinnie Jones.
You can't just be good at football anymore. You have to also be at the peak of physical conditioning. You know what I mean? You see the tests that they put these boys through. They're like having to do base jumps and box jumps and flexibility tests and sprint tests, and they've got dietitians telling them.
Oh, my heart bleeds. No, when I'm getting paid 120 grand a week. I didn't give a fuck. You know, they should be expected to do that for the wages that they're on.
That's what it's not my point as well. What I'm saying is the fact that that's now part of the game, and all sports compared to what it was like. Even in the 90s, man, footballers were all still looked like pub league players. I mean,
spend most of their time in the pubs.
Even retired football players, a lot of them nowadays, guys like Rio Ferdinand and that, they just retired a few years ago. They're still just looking as good physically as they did when they were at their peak.
He does a lot of boxing and that now, but then he doesn't
some
get
of them
his
do. Some of them
boxing.
don't. Who was
Razor Ruddock.
He's one example.
Who's never an athlete?
Kevin Nolan, have you seen him?
What's he like these days?
He's been
right now,
I saw, because he's a manager of, I can't remember who it is, but they got to the playoffs and I watched the playoff games and he's putting the beef on now. He couldn't sprint a bit up front anymore. And that's only been, a year he's been a manager? And it's like the amount of weight he's put on already, I was like, Jesus. It's frightening.
And as you would though as well, because like you say, some of the guys who didn't have the drive to keep going after they finished, they're all of a sudden in their 40s, they've got rakes of money, they didn't have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to training, they didn't have to watch what they're eating, and do what the fuck they want. I'd be the exact fucking same. I am the same. I'm not going to money. I'm still a fat bastard. Because it's more fun. I really get my ass back to the gym. We'll go for a bit of Braw or no?
Aye, I've got some Braw or no's here. Yeah, and I've got one left over from last week's as well. It was a late edition from number one fan Ali Cook. So we will start with that one. Braw or no? Braw or no? Braw or no? It's wireless earbuds. Braw or no?
The buds that in-ear ones, yeah.
Yeah, but wireless ones.
No.
Why?
I'd lose them.
Yeah.
You look like a dick.
Simple.
Plain and simple as that.
I don't know,
you look like a dick.
I would not fucking mind a pair of the over-the-head ones because I won't lose them. But the wee in-ear ones, I'd give myself 5 minutes.
I don't find them comfortable, the in-ear ones.
The Apple ones specifically are horrific. They do not fit anybody's inner ear. I don't know who they've been modelled on, but I can't wear them, and they're expensive.
But
But that's why they've still that's a money maker. Is that everybody will lose in these and they'll have to buy more.
I had a pair of J Beats for 6 months, and then they just stopped working. Just one day, one of the fucking sides just went boop, and didn't fucking work anymore.
My the headband on my Dream was that the other ones you got?
The overhead.
I've got the overhead ones, and the headband is snapped twice. I've replaced it.
I wouldn't buy them. I tried them and I thought they sounded shit. They were just so bass heavy, man. They're like, whoa, what's the need for all the bass?
I think the music I listen to is not too bad though.
Would you listen to them? Like
Skull Roses.
That sort of style.
Old school indie music.
Yeah.
I think heavy hip hop and I would be bass heavy.
I thought they were just too
It'd be like
bass.
10,000 bees vibrating around your head.
I told this story. I was on a wee side, so it was 2012. Me and young Stephen went to tea in the park, and Stevie had been to see the Stone Roses in their first Reformation gig,
Eaton Park the week before.
And then they were playing at tea in the park on a Saturday, and I have never seen a man more happy than young Stephen when they just started going do 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 do. And I was sure he just turned around and he was like that.
It is the greatest intro to a game.
It wasn't house. I was never.
They just come on stage, everyone goes tits, and it just goes quiet a bit, and then he hears that bass come in, you're like, here we go.
Pure,
here we go.
Unbridled
unadulterated
happiness.
An hour and a half of pure joy.
That image has stuck with me for my entire life because it was just an hour and a half of this cunt smiling, like his ears wanted to fucking pop off. It was amazing.
That's what music's all about, isn't it?
Aye, man. Honestly, it was the best thing I've ever seen in my life. So
that face right there.
Oh, he's very happy. Almost as happy as when England went out.
Just slept.
So what's that? 3 no's then?
3 no's, aye.
Yeah, I'm going to have to make it a no as well, just because buds are shit. Plus, what are they? Bluetooth connectivity.
Aye.
Yeah, they will.
So in terms of like sound quality,
It's not great.
you might not notice it, but it is affecting the sound quality.
It's not Braw.
Ali, sorry man, that's just Braws across the board.
I think I would consider over-ear ones.
Aye.
But buds, no, definitely not.
I've got wireless over-ear ones, but again, it suffers from the same problem. It's like, is the sound quality
Connection
affected
issues.
by this because it's Bluetooth? Because I notice
Possibly,
it. Like I'd mix down tracks and then put them on my phone and play them in the car, and I know that the sound quality is not quite right because it's Bluetooth. It's not.
I notice if I play my phone Bluetooth with the car or via the actual USB port, it's better plugged in than it is Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Like because it just
Through the
reads out
aux,
better. Right?
yeah.
What's next?
What's next? The new Saints home kit.
I'm a fan.
You're a Saints fan?
I am a Saints fan.
Right.
And
I've
I'm a
not seen
fan.
it yet. Have you got a photo?
I'll get it.
I'm kind of stuck in the
think-
middle.
There's
As good as
A lot going
the
on.
Rangers.
There's a
blue one.
lot going on in it. There's like blue, then there's a lighter blue on the shoulder, then they've got the Saints tartan down the
Skyline
side.
of Perth on
They
the
got
bottom.
The old school famous grouse one, aye.
They've got the skyline of Perth at the back at the bottom of it.
That seems a bit busy.
There's
A lot of good
going on.
ideas, but maybe just not all in the one strip.
I think it.
Or like, let the ideas go out over a few seasons.
I think the reason I do like it because the past few years they've been crap, boring, bland, and that Jonah was just immense. And everybody, like, I go on the forum and everybody was calling for it.
That's a real one.
So it's more modern, which is why I like it. Because compared to the last few seasons, it's a step up.
That away one is fucking man.
Where's the heart top to it?
I don't mind the style. The colour I'm not a fan of. The style of it I think is quite nice.
Alright. Like I'm waiting for Andy to give me a look.
But I did actually go and see when they released the away one. I went to see it in the shop because I wanted to see what it was like in person. And one thing I didn't like about it is the badge. It's not.
It's a transfer.
It's not
a
embroidered.
sewn one. It's a transfer.
I
It just
actually
looks
quite
cheap.
like that, to be honest. I'm not keen on the shoulders, but the rest of it I think is pretty smart.
But the shorts have got the tartan down the side as well.
I think the tartan's actually pretty smart, actually. No,
Did you see the skyline
I can sort of see it,
in the corner of McDermott Parker?
Came up purely for the shoulders, I'm going to say no. I do like that light blue shouldering, innit? See if it was just a solid navy blue with the bits on the side, I think that'd be pretty smart.
Yeah.
Your sponsor says it all bingo. That's exactly where that fucking top and your clip has to go.
I'm a Dundee United fan in Andrew.
Oh fuck, listen, didn't get me started. We just played our first game of the season there. We had our Broth the day at home, but it was Betfred Cup. I'm going through to watch that pish. But they got beaten on penalties by Arbroath.
We won on penalties against East Fife.
Yeah. I'll be watching that coming through as we've been doing the podcast.
What next? What we got? Well, wait, so let's go resounding. I'm going to say no.
Big no.
No.
I like it, but just not all in the one strip. So I'm
You got to say Braw, no, you got to commit here.
no. Come back to me.
Stephen?
I'm going Braw because I've grew up Saints in the last few seasons. I've
Can't say no.
No.
That's cool. So Braw.
I think it's too mixed. It's too mixed up. I like the ideas, but not on one strip.
So that's a 3-1 no. Sorry about that, Saints. That was Sam Ross. He's also said orange juice with bits.
No.
Aye.
Hell yeah.
No, man. No, drink it, but no. I like a smooth.
I prefer a smooth. So
Smooth
I'd go no.
Tropicana.
I like it, but I prefer a smooth one.
So what's good is fuck it. I was just talking about fruit juice. Morrison's own mango fruit juice. It comes in like the milk, plastic milk jug style thing. Oh man, I had that when I was hungover last week, and I felt like I could run for a mile afterwards. That shit is the elixir of the gods. But bitty orange juice, it's a no from me.
2 no's, 2 Braws, split down the middle. I like bits of orange juice.
Aye.
Makes me feel like it's real oranges.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why that is. I'm just weird like that. Right, cheers for that, Sam. We've got Mark Grindley. He just says beards.
Braw.
Bro, I shaved mine off for a couple of days.
Braw.
I was going to say, but Manny better say Braw.
100% Braw.
Yes. Here you go,
Braw.
Grinley.
Boom, that's that done.
Gridley has got a strong beard.
He's an original host Matthew's uncle, and he has a powerful beard.
Strong beard game.
Powerful, like a big long, like
A
the type of
power
shit
beard.
that-
Lumberjack.
he wants that. He's got what I want. That lumberjack, big square bastard. It's beautiful.
He started growing it at the wrong time though, surely, because he's getting married next year.
And he's on ship too, so he must be fucking biting.
Next up, I've got Sean Gray. He just says this, and it's a picture of a Domino's Gallican herb dip.
All day, mate. Braw.
How's anybody going to say no to that?
Who?
Like,
If you say no to that,
I don't use it.
what?
Like it. We'll touch it.
I don't use it.
What? Good lord. What is wrong with you?
There's something
Use hot
intensely
sauce.
wrong.
Jesus.
oh,
I use hot sauce, a bit of Frank's hot sauce instead.
Oh no, don't get me wrong, I fucking love me a bit of Frank's, but
Aye.
Stephen,
I've nothing against it, I just don't use it.
marrying him.
I know. This could be a game changer. Although
How
having
did
said
I
that,
not know?
it means more for me.
That's
so.
true. I suppose there's a benefit.
you've also got to get an extra honey and mustard one when you get your pizza as well, and then you're double dipping. Like, nobody's business, man. Honestly. The next big question, I guess, that follows on the back of that, since there's 3 Braws and a indifferent, is how do you use it? Do you use it for the crust, or do you like pour it over your pizza, all over your slice? Because I've got mates that pour it on the pizza and
No, I
then
don't put it on the pizza
I'm a
because then the
dipper.
pizza becomes
Dip it.
soggy.
I'm a dipper.
Yeah, you dip it, but
That's
the
what it
whole
is.
pizza.
The pizza itself doesn't need anything else, but then you're left with just a normal tasteless crust.
No, it's got cheese in it. You have to get cheese in it. Why wouldn't you get cheese in it?
Oh, hey. Alright.
Why would you not do? Why?
I'm
What?
slightly lactose intolerant. Do you want me to get into it?
Jesus Christ! Well, garlic and herb sauce isn't
I
doing
was
you
just
any
thinking
favours.
that, eh?
It's not as bad than a big fucking lump of melted cheese. I can have a certain amount of cheese, but not too much.
Alright.
Otherwise, things get gassy. Alright?
So less of the cheese and more of the sauce. That's how we divvy
You've
it
nailed
up.
it. Alright.
Alright, so that's cleared that up, I think.
Soon.
Right, I'm going to save the best one to last. It is Mikey Dots.
One love, Mikey Dots.
And this just says cashless airports. Cashless. So maybe you can't get, there's no an ATM, like a hole in the wall.
It's a card only.
Don't know, it just says cashless airports, so I'm assuming you can't get,
Shops, you've got to pay by
you've only
card.
got to pay by card, or you can't get money out of it.
I can't remember the last time I had money in my purse.
I was
Really?
I was saying it to my
You
cousin
pay
earlier.
everything with
I
card.
pay everything by card,
The
and I
only-
have the banking app so I can keep track of
The only
stuff.
time I ever have cash in my hand or in my wallet is when I'm on a night out.
Yep.
Other than that, I just use my card.
I prefer using cash, I feel I can keep track of what I'm
Well,
spending.
see, I was that, but then I've got the app on my phone and it updates. It used to be that if you paid by card, it would take a couple of days to update, but the new one, as soon as you use your card, it's straight on your app.
Bank dependent.
Well, you're bank dependent. I'm going
yes, it's crap,
to somebody. I'm going to mention it, but
See, me and my mum were talking about this the other day. Hi, Mum, if you're listening.
his mum.
Gail. Just
Gail.
Gail.
Alright, Gail.
What's up,
Hi,
G?
Gail. Hello,
Gail.
So yeah, she's like that. Well, her big theory is that they're trying to get everybody to move away from cash and become a cashless society, which she's probably right with.
Alright.
But she's like, how many times do you just go out and just use your card, and then before you know it, you go, wait a minute, where did I spend that money? And you look it up and you go, £42.50 in Aldi's, fucking
Aye, exactly.
30 quid in Tesco's, 20 quid at BP.
That's-
Do you know what I mean? Before you know it, you're like, fuck.
I hardly ever take my bank card to work because I know for a fact I can't be trusted in the canteen.
Do you know who would be good to speak to about this is Matt and Vicky. So when we were over in China in April, we made the mistake of getting money exchanged to take over to China. We could not spend our cash.
Well,
and
we
when
could,
people they brought over the scanning code whenever you were to pay for something, and when you said to them about paying cash, they were just like, you know, it's almost like they didn't know what to do with it.
Because there's a lot of the codes.
Yeah.
So theirs is so over there they don't have WhatsApp, they use WeChat. And they use it for everything.
But it's not just a
and it's basically that,
service,
so it's like the wee Q code. So you go in a restaurant or a bar, you order a drink, and they just
Yeah,
come
your
over with
phone,
this wee
yeah,
thing
your
that's got the code and you just scan it.
Yeah, I
Takes
saw
off your-
They
takes
do that
off
for
your-
everything. So what we ended up doing
WeChat
is...
scares me, man.
Honestly, they use it for everything over there.
But yeah,
you couldn't live in China
absolutely.
without WeChat.
You know you couldn't, 100%.
That's when we initially got it with Matt and Vicky moved over there, and Vicky sent us this thing saying, not to worry about, but the government's kind of saying that if you have WeChat we can get all the information on your phone. I was like, alright, cool, I'm out.
Oh yeah, it was during the big conference they had.
Yeah.
I was just like, nah, sorry, no having that.
But they use it for everything, so it's not just a chat service, and they scan everything. Even the bikes that they have on the streets for people to kind of get about, you scan them to unlock them. It's everything is on your phone.
That's weird, the bikes.
So, yeah, everybody in China walks about with these battery chargers attached to their phones because they literally use them 24 hours a day for everything. For paying for things, for everything.
Because what I saw was I was watching this guy on YouTube he lives in China, but he goes to these Chinese markets to haggle. Mm-hmm. And then on his way out, they're like, you know, have you scanned the QR code on the door? And then he shows them and goes, there you go, however many.
Yeah,
Whatever, what's their currency? Yen, is it? China?
Oh god.
It's just WeChat, I think, isn't it?
Bitcoin.
But yeah, that's what they were doing. So that's literally everything over there is like that then.
Yeah, so it's a cashless country, and you know, in essence. So what we ended up doing was we actually had to give our money to Vicky and Matt
Because they
to
would
put
go in
into
for
their
tea
account,
and then they would just pay.
and then
on
they
the
would
WeChat.
just pay for things because we couldn't spend our cash. We couldn't,
But it's mental, right?
which is bizarre.
That's mad.
Go back to Mike's point,
Cashless airports.
I'd say Braw because I prefer using my card unless I'm on. I was just saying that if I'm on holiday, I usually have the actual denomination.
To be honest,
That comes in.
I'd go no, or like more for on the way back. Because sometimes if you've got that spare cash, you just say,
Ping all in the
I'll
airport.
get away at the airport, I'll buy a few pints, or get something to eat at the airport and get rid of that money. Because it's sort of thing that you've got, like, say you're going to America, you've got $40, you can't be going through the hassle of getting that exchange.
Oh fuck no, I do that. Come back, that's $40, man. I can spend that when I'm fucking skint, man. What? Get that changed right up, mate.
I'd rather just spend it at the airport.
Well, is that Braw?
Cashless airports. I still don't know what he means. I'm guessing he just means the ATMs that are all electronic in the airport. Which
Everything's done by card, yeah, which is fine as
I
long
like
as they keep
money.
contactless at like
With that
30
cash
quid
dollar.
limit, because
I like cash, man.
Aye.
So that would be a no for me because I go on holiday. I always have cash.
I'll
I
go
take
Braw.
money, man.
I'll go Braw.
no,
Cool.
I think in an airport, Braw, because you don't have to worry about what.
That's the thing as well, you can't use your card, like if you go to some countries, every time you use your card, you get a massive charge in it as well. So.
Plus, I try not to spend any money in the airport anyway, if avoidable, because everything's fucking
Yeah.
50% more expensive than it is outside the
Depends.
airport.
If they're having the international charge at the airport when you're using your card, then no, definitely no, because that's just a scam, is it? But otherwise,
Braw.
yeah.
I think that's enough for me. Yeah.
We'll wrap up with a final, and a lot of people are going low key on this new theme tune for what are we watching and listening to this week.
What have you been watching or listening to this week?
And you're playing our theme tune in there, but folk are fucking loving it.
What have I been listening to since I saw you like 2 days ago?
Right. Well, we asked
That's the first problem.
Is
He's
there anything
regular.
specific you've been watching or listening to over the last wee while?
Love Island.
Oh, Mike would love it. Mike would be banging at that chat. Have you been up watching? He's out of the room.
Oh, I watch it.
He's very much in the room. He loves it. He's on board.
I don't love it.
Look, this is a non-judgmental.
I just thought, like, I sit and watch it and I'm just like, this is just ridiculous.
Oh, it's ridiculous, but
They
they love it.
all act like 10-year-olds, and they're 20. Like one of them's 29, and it's just like, oh.
I know, but how good does it make you feel about your own life?
I can't watch them, man, because those people just wind me up.
Well, they do, but they also make me feel good about my own life. What self-respecting 30-year-old has to sit down and say to her friends, but if you think that I like my boyfriend and my boyfriend likes me, then I would feel better about it. Literally needing acceptance from her friends on her. Is
this a lassie on Love Island?
Yeah.
Is that Laura one by any chance? She's got massive tits though, eh?
And you ran off the truth bomb!
One of them that was funny was the lassie that just went out during the week was a spitting double of the lassie for White Chicks, like one of the Wayans brothers dressed up as the girl.
Yeah, she did.
Spitting double. Even if you search her name on Google, it comes up with the side by side.
What was her name again?
Grace.
She did. She looks
like
a
one
black
of them from
man
White
dressed up
Chicks.
as a white woman. That's awful.
Yeah. She was a wee bad.
You're not checking anything other than Love Island, Smithy.
Anything else.
Go and get some respect back.
The World Cup final tomorrow.
No, I'm not. Unless you have been watching.
No, I haven't watched football.
Well, we'll talk about football, something else.
I've not been watching.
You watched the World Cup final. I want to know the score so I can get a bet on. What was
All
it?
the bits about the Wimbledon.
Oh, fuck tennis.
Yeah.
Fuck tennis. Said this on Twitter, right? If I wanted to watch a couple of guys play with balls, surrounded by rich people, I'd go to a Tory cocaine party.
To be honest, I've been watching a lot of reruns of Friends recently.
Yeah, we've been watching all. It's what are we on series 3 now?
4.
I done that not that long ago. That was nice. I enjoyed that. Took me back. But people.
Because I do like my workouts like in my living room when I get in from work. So I just shove Friends on the telly and just do my work.
No, I was just going to say, like, people today, like millennials or whatever you want to call them, they find Friends offensive these days.
How? Why? How?
Fat shaming,
homophobia, slut shaming, fragile masculinity. But the thing is, like, I can see it, but the thing is, the way I see it is, it was of the time. Because I said this not long ago, because when I watched Eddie Murphy's original stand-up, what was it Delirious or Rot? I watched it not long ago, and I was watching it, I was like, I wasn't offended. I was like, fucking hell, man, that's
close to the bone.
Say faggot all the time, so much homophobia, it was unbelievable, and I was just thinking, fuck, this hasn't aged well, but obviously it's considered a classic, because at the time, that was how people spoke. Just like Friends is how people spoke, and how people acted, and what their opinions were of the time. So, at the time, it wasn't, and Mike came up with a great point a wee while ago, of it was a cartoon, and it was like Tom and Jerry, or something like that, and it was one where they had the black woman, and it was the Jim Crow era, and they said before, and he goes, the images and opinions depicted in this cartoon were of the time. To change them would be a disrespect to the fact that actually happened, and we need to acknowledge that was our past. So here's the cartoon, as it was projected then. Please don't get upset, because this is the cartoon, this is what our history was, and that's what gets me. Folk are getting annoyed for that. That was how things were. You can't forget that we have advanced as a culture since, well, even as far back as the 60s. A woman couldn't get divorced from a man because she was considered his property. So divorce had to be done from the man, and then if a woman got divorced, she was then considered damaged goods in the eyes of almost everyone. And that was as close ago as the 60s. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Opened a can of worms here, haven't I?
It's so sad that that's come from a Friends conversation. Like, that was my teenage years growing
up. One that I did watch introduced Mark to last night was The Business. Danny Dyer.
Classic!
Danny Dyer.
Right, it's a classic, but there's a couple of the opening scenes is like this guy and he's getting a blowy, and I just turned around and said, like, Steve, why do you think I would like this film? And he's just like, give it a minute, Mary, give it a minute.
I live a life for drugs, women and crime. Love it.
I watched a bit of this morning. I was lying like making ready to get a haircut, and I was just putting him in bed, and I was just scrolling through Netflix. Green Street was on there. And I watched the first 20 minutes of Green Street, and I was just like, fuck me, this is bad. Because it's Charlie Hunnam's Cockney accent is painful. Every time he spoke, I was like that. Every time he spoke, I was like, oh. It was easier to believe a Hobbit as a football casual than it was to believe Charlie Hunnam as a Cockney.
You stand your ground and fight.
I was like, oh, I ain't Crocodile Dundee. What the fuck accent's that going to be? It was so bad. So yeah, I'll just go quickly on it. So I've been, like I say, it's been a few days since we talked about what we was. I watched Jim Jeffries' new stand-up special, and I was really scared that he was going to fall into the trope of all the other comedians that got successful and got shows and movies in America, and they would get somebody else to write their jokes for them. and it'd be shite, but it was fucking brilliant, man. It's called This Is Me Now, and it was amazing. Like, he touches on everything. I fucking love his style, because he always seems like he's half caned, and I'm pretty sure he is, but he was sensational. So if you get an hour to yourself, Jim Jeffries on Netflix, man, it is fucking banging.
Speaking of comedians, and within the World Cup team, have you seen that Rob Beckett's actually flown to Russia for the World Cup final? He was so arrogant and cocky that he'd bought a ticket to the final. He paid 1,500 quid for a ticket to the final.
Who's got 1,500 quid for a football
Rob
ticket?
Beckett, that's Rob Beckett. And so he's away. He was posting on Instagram today, he's just like, bugger, I'm off, I'm doing it. He's like, I feel like Chandler Bing from Friends going to Yemen. Terrible decision that you have to follow through on.
Seek as fuck, mate.
Hashtag seek.
What you been on?
No much, mate. I had a friend of the show, Barkwright, in the studio yesterday, so
Nice.
getting his first tracks done for whatever we're away to do next. Apart from that, no much. Just fucking pissing around, watching the football. Just enjoying my summer holidays, mate.
I've just had a look at your laptop, and that headline's got me shook, mate.
Oh well, I did go and find 3 news stories for the week that were all interesting in case they were needed to be called upon this episode.
Can we maybe just do this one, just because I can't get it out of my head now. So if you could just read out what's on your screen for Mary and Smithy and the folks at home, please.
Yeah, so woman gets Kinder Egg stuck in her vagina after romantic proposal goes horribly wrong. And if I could just fill you in on the details, because I know you're all dying to know. So proposals are kind of a big deal. There's a ring to be bought, lots of planning to be involved, blah 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 blah. So what she did was she decided to put the Kinder Egg up there, and the plan was simple. Quote: she would suggest some finger work to her partner, he would discover it, retrieve it, and then she would drop down on one knee. But unfortunately it went up there and then ended up horizontally, and she couldn't get it out.
Oh.
So she had to go to the hospital. Remarkably, she was keen to maintain the surprise, so she wouldn't tell him what she'd done or why. She's just like, I need to go to the hospital.
That's absolute nonsense. People can push human beings through their pelvises and down the birth canal. Do not tell me that she could not get a horizontal Kinder Egg out of there.
Listen, these are the stories from around the week. These are things that I find.
As a nurse, Mary,
I don't fact check. I
As
just
a
go
nurse
with
who
it.
worked specifically in obstetrics for the last 4 years, I'm telling you that's nonsense.
Have you ever had anyone with anything that they shouldn't have inside them?
It would go against my professional
you
code
can't
to
say.
speak about that sort of thing.
That's it,
Absolutely, I have.
Yes, excellent. Well, we'll just quickly, before we wrap up, we'll just have to do a big special announcement as well. Our World Cup final, the finalists of our World Cup sweepie.
Drum roll.
With Croatia, we have Rachel. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel, for the second time.
Hi, Rachel.
Rachel Menzies is with Croatia, and her opponent. With France, a very special guest, ran a marathon.
Friend of the show, ran a marathon.
So, an all-female final.
Yeah, hashtag
people-
equality.
Hashtag
On
equality.
the show.
Hashtag folk who didn't ken anything about football.
Yeah.
Saying that, Rachel was one of the people that messaged me when England got beat by Croatia. She's like, I've never been in the final then.
Do you know, I was really surprised I didn't hear from another friend of the show. A lot of friends we've got on the show today. My man Andy Henderson, because he did message me about a week ago saying that he was genuinely concerned because he had England, and he's like, I will be spewing if they win, but it looks like he dodged that bullet. So if you're listening, Andy,
We
I'm
have
really
a
happy, mate.
special prize. Also, the winner does get, this is one part of the prize I can reveal, a copy of the Barkwright EP, as well as a special Monkey Sword Fight prize. That will be after my payday this month that you will receive that.
So all to play for tomorrow.
Exactly, so we will announce it as soon as the game's finished. We will announce it. I might be out with Rachel tomorrow anyway, so if Croatia win, then we'll take a photo and I'll put it up on the page.
Cool.
But anyway, thank you very much, guys, for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Good crack.
You guys got Twitter?
Don't have Twitter.
No, I don't twat.
You don't twat.
What is the? I don't do that.
Is that the verb? Yes, tweet.
What's the doing word?
Tweet, I
Don't
believe.
tweet,
I
no.
believe. Well, we got. I am on Twitter at Wagwan Patrice, WAGJUANPATRICE.
I'm at Macapella, and the show's at MSF_podcast.
We have the email monkeyswordfightpodcast@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook and Podbean and iTunes. Monkey Sword Fight Podcast. Like, share, review, and subscribe. Thank you very much all for listening. Peace.
Bye.